Hey Mike, has there been any reports lately that have come through the museum?
Yeah, we got a report well, let's see, it's dated 2/13, on the 13th of February. A man came in and said that he was swimming in the Kern River. This is way down in San Bernardino area, Southern California, and pretty much what's considered to be desert. I mean, there's foothills there, but there's big stretches of desert also. And the mountains run along the edge of the desert, but there's the Kern River comes from the mountains all the way out into the desert. And the reason I point that out is because this isn't the first report that I've heard like this from this area. I had a man come into the museum several years ago. He said he was swimming in the Kern River, and some rocks came flying out of nowhere and landed in the water near where he and his buddies were swimming. They tried to go around the bend in the river and find the source of the rocks, which were kind of lobbing over, and they were pretty good-sized rocks, and they were hitting near them, but none of them hit them. And in the process of doing that, they weren't able to see anything, but they noticed this great big cottonwood tree or something suddenly start shaking, and apparently one of them was able to get in a position and actually saw the Bigfoot shaking the tree there. And they decided to vacate the area at that point, and they left. So that was his story, and I put a little pin in the map over here, the California map, to indicate that spot. Well, so this man came in a few days ago, and he said he was on the Kern River at Miracle Hot Springs at the Hobo Campground near Lake Isabella. He said that rocks were thrown, and that they tried to find the source of the rocks, a similar sort of story, and that the rocks just kept lobbing at them. So they ended up actually calling the sheriff. He claims that the sheriff came out. The sheriff tried to identify the source of the rocks. They were lobbing around. At one point the sheriff was standing there and said, "Well, I don't see any rocks," and one landed right next to him, bounced off his truck, right in front of him. "Oh, yeah, I see the rocks now." He said that that's how close it came. And so they got some more cops out there. The long and short of the story is he said that by midnight they had 2 or 3 cop cars out there and at least 1 fire truck. They all had spotlights, and they were trying to find the source of these rocks, which were continually being lobbed. And they started coming from above. Then when the cars ended up going to the ridge above and being up there, the rocks started coming from down below and were coming uphill towards them. But at no time could they find the source of these rocks. And there were something like 200 witnesses to this, according to this man. And I have his name and phone number. And he said this was in 1975, and he suspects that there would be a write-up in the newspaper about that. We could probably check into it. But it's interesting because it's so similar to the other story this man told from a similar area.